Okay, so when you start, you can just start with this introduction to the property inspection module. It's going to tell you that it is a 40-hour course, and we're going to go through all of it. Purpose of the course, obviously. Course content. These are the sections. Your learning objectives. And at the bottom, you'll just hit complete and continue. Then we get to the introduction. This is our introduction to site conditions. And after you read that, again, you'll go to the bottom and hit complete. This is going to tell us where to go to our book and read. So it tells us to go to volume 2, structural systems and business, and read page 9. So we're going to read the page that covers the inspection scope and the site conditions terms. So if we go over to our book, we're going to go to volume 2, site conditions and inspection scope on page 9. And here's where we can start to read. If the size isn't big enough for you, you can build up the size. If it's too big, you can decrease the size. So you're going to read the site conditions and these terms, and then we're done. So we go back and we hit complete. On completing, we're going to do an activity that contains 12 questions. We need to open our camera. This is where it's going to allow you to take the picture. We'll capture the picture. And start our test. Structure that holds soil or other fill on one side and keeps it from moving beyond the wall. Retaining wall. So we passed with a 91. And as we go through, it tells us each of the answers. So you don't have to go looking for the answers. Just remember them. And if you got something wrong, just like we talked about, below ground passage is a culvert. So now you know that's a culvert. If you didn't pass this test, quickly jot that down and retake the test. If you did pass, you move on. Following questions are provided as a means to reinforce the information covered. Okay, which of the following detached structure would be considered in the scope of a home inspection? It's going to be a detached garage or vice versa. We would still pass with an 85. I want to go through here. And the inspection of pools and spas inspection, that is actually false. And so you'll see here, if it doesn't have this, if it's true and says it's wrong, it's false. Pass and continue. And we have our next reading section. So again, we're just going to go over to the book, read that next section of the book on retaining walls. When we get done, then we stop and go back to our book, complete and continue. This is an optional video if you'd like to watch. Complete and continue. And now we have another activity. So we would start with new questions. These are going to be identification. So it's going to be a masonry. What type of retaining wall is displayed in this image? These are CMU blocks. Okay.